Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all of you guys watching us. Thank you for tuning in to the Diaspora on the Rise talk show with your girl Alex. Thank you so much for the full support that you always give us every single day. Thank you for always keep watching and sharing the show and loving on us and sending us messages about awesome, inspiring people that you guys want us to feature on the show. Thank you so much for always continuing to be on our side and watching the show and supporting and giving in comments and your advice and all that. And where support is always welcome. So thank you so much. This is Diaspora on the Rise talk show, where we honor and celebrate all those individuals in the diaspora, or all those immigrants, people who have come from far. It doesn't matter whether you come from Uganda itself, but if you're coming from Kenya, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, you're coming from Ireland, it doesn't matter. We are starting with people from our own country, just because we want to celebrate home, people who have come from our home. And then in the show later on in the seasons, as they go on, we'll bring on people who come from Ireland, who come from China, who come from the UK, all those guys who make the trek, the big journey to come to the United States to get, to find to come and make a better way for themselves, for their families. And, they rise up and, help their community along the way. Those are the guys we want to celebrate. And that's why this show is so important. That's why we study Diaspora on the Rise, because we want to highlight the things they do for themselves and their families and their community, and want to highlight all those good things that, people don't see you do every day, but their activities or their support that you give in, and it helps millions. It helps someone get through one day to the other. So we want to celebrate those people. It is May Media Month, as I told you. So we are celebrating personalities in media and radio. So whether they're in radio, you see them on social media, on Facebook Live or Snapchat, or they're blogging on YouTube, or they're doing the news in some other form or way. They're writing newspapers. We are celebrating those personalities. And as I mentioned, we are starting with one of our own. And in the studio, you know how you love her. You've seen her at every event. You've seen her MC some of the events. She's been chairman on, one of the people, committee members and on so many weddings. She's in every place when you need her. She's in every activity that is good for the community. So you guys love her. I have Nisha in the studio. Anisha, but she goes by Nisha. Most of us know her by Nisha. And this is a wonderful lady. She's such a caring lady. She has gone above and beyond her means, and just to support the community, support her friends, support her family. And we want to hear her story, how she started, how she keeps going, even if she's not making any money of it. We want to hear her story, what drives her, what keeps her from going. As I mentioned earlier, she does work for Radio Uganda, Boston, but we're going to find out the intricacies of, what she does there and what she does on a daily basis. So, Nisha, thank you so much for honoring my invite. I know it was such short notice, but you came through and you're ready to just be you. Just give us a small introduction of who you are and why you're here.
First of all, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very, very much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you.
Yes. And why did you ask me, sorry?
Just talk about yourself. Tell us what you do.
So my name, as you heard, is Anisha Namagembe. But no matter how I introduce myself as Anisha, everyone is going to call me Nisha at the end of the day. I don't know where the A disappears to, but it does disappear. And yes, you've heard, I love my community. I've been involved in so many things with the community, but mainly I work for Radio Uganda, Boston. And it's one of the best places to work, to work at. I'm just so happy that I work with them. And how I started was, I've always loved my community, and I always wondered how can I pay back to my community. And Radio Uganda Boston had started way before, I used to hear it on my phone when I was at work. So I wondered if I could join them, and then I went and I asked if I could join. I think I approached Simple and asked him how I could join, and he told me how to join. And everybody was so supportive. Everybody was so good to me. They helped me. I didn't know anything about radio. I didn't even know how to start, where to start. But everybody was so helpful. Everybody was so welcoming.
That's very good.
And yeah.
So did you or you just loved hearing people on the radio? You just had that inkling that, you know, this may be a place I want to work. You say you just didn't have a dream of being on radio. What did you want to do before?
Actually, I did. When I was back, back in Uganda, we used to have the presenters, Mutesi and all that. The people used to do the love zone and everything. And I had the love for radio. Yep. So when I came here, I thought, oh, this could be something that I could do. And yeah, that's how I got to it.
We are going to, for all those guys who are watching us, Namagembe, Anisha works on Uganda Radio Boston. We do have some of the pictures that she sent us earlier on, so we're going to have our producers show you guys, just to show you guys what she usually does on radio. I mean, there's some pictures there where you were like Snapchatting and you're talking. And you can see that she has a really good time, and it's you can see that you're passionate about it, and we love that.
Yes.
So what do you do on a daily basis on the radio? Do you have a particular show that you air? What is it about? Talk to us about what you do when you go to Radio Uganda.
The best thing about Radio Uganda Boston, I'm the first lady of Radio Uganda Boston.
Oh, yeah?
I take pride in that. I was the first woman to join Radio Uganda Boston. So, and then I'm also one of the assistant publicity directors on Radio Uganda Boston. And I do host one show that's called Connection Time. Connection Time. Yes, it's every Thursday from 8 o'clock to 10:30. And this show, I do connect people. Like, anybody can come on it if you're an artist, like, you have anything that you want to exhibit, anything you want to market, anything you want to talk about, any problem you want us to solve, like just anything. Yes. And then, so if it's not Connection Time, there is do you have any other show that you do? It's just Connection Time that you do? I've guest hosted on other shows like a Chombo Chombo on Sunday. And some, depending on when I'm called upon, I'm always there too.
So when we speak to you in English, it's different. So give us a voice. No, just talk to us how you be on radio. Because the other time we had Mr. Simple here, and he gave us a little inkling of how it sounds like on radio. I'm a holiday, so I would love to hear you just utter a few phrases of how you go about just your usual camaraderie when you start the show.
Actually, what can I say? This is your girl Anisha. That's it.
What to
this, wait, so like this is, hey happy people, this is your girl Anisha. So, and I do both Luganda and English. I mix it up because so many people tell me, Racho, why do you speak only English? And then other people, Racho, I mean, abo Luganda bambuza Rachi njogera oluzungu. Abo oluzungu nawe ne bangamba te oyogera Luganda tetubibulira. So I have to mix it up.
To just balance two boats and stuff like. So we love that you're doing this. We love that you're giving back to your community, doing the best you can. I know that maybe money-wise it's not going to be so as profitable as other jobs, other shifts that you pick up and stuff like that. So why do you continue to do it? Apart from the fact that you always thought you could do it, but why do you wake up every day and say, you know what, I have to put in the time. I have to go and do this. Is it because you want to help somebody else? Is it just the person you are? Maybe the paycheck is good. Maybe no one told me.
I know, right?
So I can,
Actually, it's so rewarding to work at Radio Uganda Boston specifically because we are all so close. We are all like family. A few people were my mother's friends who work there. That's how I got to know them. But now they become like my real uncles. When I have a problem, the first people I go to is the Radio Uganda Boston crew because I have, I have people like Aisha, they'll advise me, Mchala, Dorothy. Like we are all like close family. When people see us out there, it's not that we're acting to be close, but we actually really close.
Yeah, build that bond.
Yeah, so I do have that comfort that at the end of that day, working with this group, I'll always have comfort to always have people to support me, people to go back to. And the other thing is, people always ask me, how much do they pay at the radio? At the radio...
I want to know how much they pay at the radio.
Obviously, I won't tell you how much I get paid at the radio. You may roll me. But working in the entertainment, Alex, and you've seen, it's so rewarding. It may not be really more of the paycheck that you get. The paycheck may be good, but there's so many opportunities that come from working at the radio station. So many people will have an event, they're like, oh, Bananga, oh, yeah, I call radio, or Alex, I call TV. So I always get into most of the shows for free. And so many things that I do get, some people want to market their stuff, they'll be like, Anisha, chirunji, njagala abantu bachigule, njagala abantu but funny things like that. So it's so rewarding to work there. And then I get to see people, and so many people have dreams, so many people have things they're doing, but they don't have an avenue to market them. So when I hear somebody's doing this, you know, I'll reach out to them, or people are always reaching out to me, and you know, you have an audience, I want to do this, I want people to know about either what I teach, what I do, anything. And then, you know, so that's an avenue for me to express
yourself and give back. And
give back. So I really love that about my job. And even things that are going on in the community, people cannot talk about. I have a bigger audience, I'll talk about them.
Oh, we love that. Yeah. I want to just ask my producers to just show those pictures to you so you guys see what she does on a daily basis. You know, what she does when she's not in your face or doing some other job or she's on a shift somewhere. I love these pictures when you send them to me. They were so amazing because it shows like that there are other shifts, there are other jobs out there besides, you know, what Ugandans usually do when they come to the diaspora, which is nothing. So that's really, really good that you're doing that in your own time and you're giving back in your own way. Have you ever had instances where you're like, you know what, I don't feel like it days. I don't want to feel like go to radio and yap all the time. I don't feel like talking to anybody. I don't want to do this. So do you have those moments, and what gets you through?
There's so many times I don't want. There's sometimes, you know, because I come from a day shift, right? And I have to go to the radio. Sometimes I don't want to go because I'm so exhausted. But we have a programs director. That's Wami Joffrey will call you. And Shalero no bayo. You know, so you know that phone call is coming, so that prepares you too. And then sometimes like you drag yourself into the studio, but once you get to the studio, you get into the studio, like it's something else. You just get the energy right there and then sometimes I think about all my fans because I'm letting them down. Some people will tell, hey, you know, so I have to think about things like that. And to be honest, like when I just started, I did not know what I was doing. So they, you know, they gave me good training. They put me on air at Tandika. I was the only one in the studio now. So I was like, I'll talk after the next song. After the next song. After that. So every, you know, like 10 songs would pass. When I'm so nervous, I'm like, what am I going to say? I'll talk after the next song. But
10 songs would pass and you don't say?
I would not say anything. But as time went on, I kind of, you know, I got used to it and listening to the other presenters, they made me feel comfortable. They used to have me on their shows, so you know, they made me feel comfortable.
So you know, you listen to people, you know, they bring to you all these problems, or they want you to air them, or their businesses, and they want you to talk about them, or they bring all this, you know, all this piece of information. And I remember asking Simple the last time when we talked about it, how do you feel knowing that you own, you have a lot of information that belongs to people, because you have people's secrets out there. You have you are on committees for weddings. You are on you are a chairman for this function. You are an MC for the other function. How do you feel knowing that you've glimpsed a little bit of personal information for people? Because you see so much, things going back there, and you hear so much information, even the information you don't want to, and you're walking past these people every day. How does that make you feel? And you know,
at the end of the day, I have to separate my job. So if I'm a presenter, and I have to give people what they want to listen to, okay? I have to give the information that they're waiting for. And if I come to the meeting, I'll have to be the chairperson, I have to be the secretary, I have to be, you know, I have to separate my time so that I don't have, okay, when banga nze ready, I told me in privacy. Again, I take kumala kukolachi, gabi yogela. But when banga nabi sanze nange munkubo. Just believe me, I will say it out loud. You know, I will not put Alex's business on radio. But if I've had Alex's business outside, somewhere else, and people want to know, I'll be like, hey, this is what I know. So, yeah.
It's a tough balance. It's a tough act to follow.
It is a tough one. But
so what do you do when you're not on the radio? What do you balance? What do you do in your life to make you a little bit more fulfilled? If you're not on radio, what do you do outside?
So I do other jobs. I'm a CNA as well, and I do volunteer with Africano.
Oh yes, so I wanted to ask about that.
Yes, I do a volunteer with Africano, and I'm a friend to so many people. So you know, that's like a job too, being a friend to people. And I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, so yeah.
We love the fact that you're tuning in. DJ Jmo Kasenge is watching. Thank you so much. Richard Sempa is saying, Nisha, Uncle Richard, we love you, Mukwano.
Thank you.
Koja Kasenge now, which is good. But Kasenge is going to be in the studio at around 3 o'clock, so you guys tune in. He's going to be on Love, Sex and Money with Maureen. So if you guys want to be in the studio, please feel free. Don't forget, we do allow people to come in the studio to watch the shows, to just take a part of, just be a part of the In the next few minutes, we wanted to just talk to you, but I want to love on the people who are watching. Even Nabawanuka, thank you so much for always being there. I know you are excited for the next show, but also I'm glad that you came in and tuned into this one. And we're loving on Nisha right now in media. She's a radio presenter on Radio Uganda Boston, as well as a volunteer. Africano, I want to know what that, because they came in the studio one time,
yes,
and they said you are one of the directors. You are one of the people who helps keep Africano running. For everyone who doesn't know, the first show that Diaspora on the Rise had, it was Africano. They were Africano kids. So there were children who had been brought up here, who had grown up here, they had been born here, but they are born to Ugandan parents. So there's a community out there for kids who have free time. They go over there, enjoy themselves, learn about their culture. So that was Africano. So if you had a chance of watching the first episode, that's what it was about. How did you get started into joining Africano and just being on there?
Actually, it's a weird way how I got involved with Africano. So there was this, again, there was one of my colleagues from Radio Uganda Boston. Somebody had told him about there was a city council, or there was a Unitarian church that was looking for anybody to represent Uganda. So he told me about, he's like, what, I'm looking for somebody to do this. Do you know of anybody? I'm like, yeah, then we first thought of people were like, would this person say yes or that person say? But I'm like, what, I think I'll do it. So I went by and they were asking us questions. So, about Uganda and ourselves. And I went there, and Julie was in the audience.
Yeah.
So I was among the panelists that day. And I think I did a good job, that's what people said. And then one lady called Deb came to me. She's like, oh my God, I just like what you said. And there is a nice lady here. She's from Uganda. No, she just came to me. She told me she liked what I did and what I said. And also Julie came to me and we talked a little bit. And we're like, we'll catch up sometimes. And you know how life gets. So, life got in the way of everything. And I never talked to Julie. But then Deb came to me one time and she's like, there is Africano. It's about the Ugandan community. And she told me all about it. And she's like, I would like you to be involved in it. So I agreed to it, and I met Julie. I'm like, Julie, I'm so sorry I never got back to you, but now I'm here. I'm ready to do whatever you want me to do. And that's how I got started, because I believed in her dream, and I liked everything that she was doing. Yeah.
Where do you see Uganda Radio where do you see Uganda Radio in the next few years?
Radio Uganda Boston.
Radio Uganda Boston. It's so hard to change back.
I know.
So where do you see Radio Uganda going, and where do you see yourself in Radio Uganda Boston?
Actually, I see a very, very bright future for Radio Uganda Boston. We've been on air for 10 years, and we are celebrating 10 years this year. We have 2 events, the Summer Splash, and then we have the Summer Splash on July 6th, and then we have the dinner on July 13th, which we hope everybody will be able to come to. So I see a very bright future for Radio Uganda Boston. We did open up the avenue for Ugandans to connect to each other, not just the Ugandans in America, but Ugandans all over, because we have a wide number of listeners from all over the different countries. And so now we have so many things that we are planning for the future. And we want, there's so many things that we're planning. That's all right.
I know that dinner was talked about. I'm going to ask you to just give a little bit detail of that. I'm going to ask my producers again to just air some of your pictures so that people can see what you do, and to continue airing those pictures so that people can just keep seeing what you do when you're on Radio Uganda.
Sure.
So in 10 years, you see it being a bigger impact. Do you get as much support from the community as you'd hoped would be given, or is the community putting in the time to build the station itself? Because you guys are doing this for the community, but it's the community loving you back. You guys love the community. Is the community loving you and giving in what you expected it to give in?
Actually, in the beginning, we were not giving love, mostly from around us. It was from people abroad. But right now, we do appreciate each and every one. All the American support that we're getting, all the Ugandan support, all the support are large, because right now we're getting a lot of support, and we want to thank you guys very, very much. And yes, I see myself, in a bigger position. I don't know what position, because everybody's really doing a good job, but I see myself benefiting a lot from Radio Uganda Boston. And if there will be other opportunities that will be opened up, because we're going to get bigger, and I hope to get into one of those positions.
No, I like that. I like the fact that you're doing all this. It's good to know that people are doing something other than the basic necessities. And sometimes you don't get as much support from the community as you would hope to, because you're doing something on their behalf, but you're not getting that kind of love back. And it sometimes can get frustrating, and but you keep going and you keep doing what you have to do, and you keep hustling. And that's beautiful. So we want to know if this is from the audience, a little bit asking. Even Nabanuka is saying, Aisha Namiro, I'm going to start with that. He's like, represent girlfriend. Even Nabanuka is saying, I love Nisha so much. She's one of the girls, and I'm pretty sure she's a role model for the youth. So she's saying, ask her, Nabanuka is asking a question. Ask her who is the owner of Radio Uganda. We hear it's for some politician in Uganda, but I don't think so. But since it doesn't air online, we're going to have to push that question to you. Sure. And then, so who's the owner of Radio Uganda?
So I've heard that a lot, that it's for some politician, it's from why, and actually somebody said it when you posted that I was going to be here. It's not for any politician in Uganda. It has no politics in it.
Yes.
The owner of the radio is Mwami John Mulinde. That's our boss, and that's the CEO of Radio Uganda Boston. He is the owner of Radio Uganda Boston, and he has his partners who include Simple, Geoffrey Seneko, Robert Cafero, I believe those three. But it has not, and the thing is, this is the thing, because there was a time whereby to be a Ugandan, you had to either be yellow or red, you know?
Yes.
And us working on the radio station, they never told us that you have to choose where to rely.
Yeah.
No, you can choose where you want to be. It's okay for you to be a Democrat. No, sorry, that's America.
You are in America, so you're allowed to be Democrat or Republican.
No, it's okay for you to be NRM and then Nechi.
And NRM and, well, all the other NRM
Republicans. I don't move about people power. So no, we accept it. We do not really discuss religion. I mean, not religion. We don't discuss politics like, where to choose, but we just talk about politics as a whole. Just that. But it's not for any politician, like people are saying. People always want to use that to divide and to undermine businesses. Man, we go kukilizanti. Ugandans here can have an establishment. Ugandans here can do something for themselves. And other people say Africano ya muzungu. No, it's not jumba.
Because sometimes knowing what we know now with politics and everything, and the media right now has been so influenced. Even the media here, it's been like you'd see, maybe you'd hear rumors of CNN being under democratic faction, or you will hear all these things that the Republicans have this, that they have their hands in this radio, in that TV station, BBC is this. So it's one of the questions that you can't really avoid, because media and politics are like this, or they're always in a tug of war. So it's hard to I really can't fault people for questioning, because nowadays, given exactly what's happening in Uganda with the media, I think they're pretty they have their questions. So
that's true, but the people should learn to believe in the people here, and that's the only way you can also build something. Learn I can achieve my dream. Politician now supporting, and that's how people get in trouble. We now are getting your gondi NRM, now we are getting people power, but jakumpa sentence and
so I know you're saying you're CNA, you are a sister, a father, and all. I mean, a sister, a friend. You are doing all these things. How do you get time for social life? Because eventually, as a Muganda girl, you're going to have to Kwanjura. You're going to have to do a wedding sometime. Do you get you get time to actually be yourself and go do things other women are doing? Go on a date somewhere, or you get married or things like that. Because girls who are in establishments that are entrepreneurs, you're starting your own thing. You're establishing yourself. You're a go-getter, you're doing CNA, you're putting on this, you're making a lot of money, basically more than the average man who comes to the diaspora. So do you have time for you? How do you balance it?
Actually, yes, I do have time for me, and that's kind of the biggest problem, because before it's been long since I've been in a relationship, but I'm currently in one. So it's been hard for me to adjust and learn, like I have to have time for my personal life, for my relationship all the time, because I'm used to to get to church, like I have to, I always had to be somewhere and do something. Yeah. So now I'm kind of adjusting slowly by slowly. I didn't know it would be a big job, but it is. However, God is helping me. I'm learning to balance.
It's hard to give those excuses to your alternate, your spouse, and tell them, hey, you know what, I have time for the radio, time for this. So you don't get your family telling you, you know what, you don't give us as much time as we expected, we don't see you anymore, and stuff like that. So how do you handle that balancing? Because your family needs your time, your partner needs your time, the job needs your time, and you yourself need to give your time. How do you balance it? Do you?
Alex, I think you're in the same shoes that I'm in. So there is never, we can only give what we can, but there will never be enough time. My friends say I don't give them enough time. My boyfriend says I don't give him enough time. My family, I can't give enough time to anybody, but I'm trying. I try my best. That's the only thing I can tell people. That's so good to hear, yeah. I try my best.
It's always hard when you're in media, and your media is always, because you're always in the limelight somehow. You're always somebody seeing you. Yeah, there's something to do. But we're glad that you always take the time and just give back in any way that you can. And we want to love on you for what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
We want to love on the idea that you're trying to promote. You are in, you're helping out all these kids. You're helping out parents. You're helping out, the common Ugandan here who want support in whatever they're doing. And we love that. We want to thank you so much for always just having that heart for people. Is there there's so many women many girls who want to be like you. Is there a message you want to give them? Because, it's hard when you're in America and trying to make it and trying to be somebody. Is there something you want to tell them?
Yes. First of all, I would like to tell them, do not want to be like me. But everybody should aspire to be better than me, because I'm still struggling. I want to be somewhere as well. So when you say that you want to be like me, you're selling yourself short.
That's true.
So, but the other thing is, everyone should do what you personally want to do. Don't say, oh, Alex can do that, Anisha can do that. No, it's just a passion that we have. We don't do it because, no. Once you have passion for something, and you pray to God to give you the energy to do it, God will give you the energy to do it. And if you're somebody, you want to start something, do something, you can reach, you can reach out to me on social media, or my number is always everywhere. Everybody has my number. So I can help you, guide you to where, either go to Alex Nakato, she'll help you find, a solution to that, or lead you to the right avenues to either solve whatever it is or start whatever that you want to start. Even if it's school. Yeah.
So we have a question that everyone is voicing, and I pray you forgive me for talking about it.
No, that's okay.
Sarako Zahara is asking a few questions, and I think people online are questioning about it. But they're saying you're speaking very Luganda. Your Luganda is very good, but they're saying they don't know whether you're a Mzungu or whether you are a product of Mama Rususu. So, which is something I've seen online, and I'm sorry for asking, so I'm going to voice it to you because I know people are asking and people are curious.
Yeah.
But her name is Namagembe.
Exactly.
That should be an explanation of that. But we're going to give her a chance to explain that for you, explain to you guys who are so curious. Even those guys who are meeting you every single day on the streets. If you're coming from Uganda, fresh off the plane, fresh off the boat, whichever way you came, I'm gonna give her a chance to explain herself. And then if you see her somewhere, don't pass her by. Say hello. Ask her how she's doing. Ask her if there's any way she can help you, and just share information. So I want to just give her a chance to talk to herself, and then we can move on.
Yeah. So you don't have to be sorry about that. That's a question that I always get all my life.
Yeah.
So, and I'm used to it. I'm okay with it. So the thing is, how should I explain it in Luganda or
whichever way works for you?
Okay. So since we're in English, this is the thing. I'm an albino, a proud albino. So that's why Ndimuna Uganda actually. Bazalida Uganda, Saman albino, Dinamagoye. So that's the reason, right? So si mama lususu ne bwinti webakolachi webanzala bazadde bange bonna baddugavu ne family yange yonna yonna baddugavu. It's only me who turned out like this. Yeah.
But it's hard. Doesn't it where don't you get tired of having to explain yourself so many times?
No, I know sometimes it's different people. So that's something I had to learn at a younger age because I grew up. I went to boarding school. So I had to learn that I had to explain to people all the time. And it's not because it's in a bad way, but everybody sees you for the first time.
Yep.
So everybody is always curious. And the best, and there's so many things that are assumed about albinos. To me, it's better you come and ask than assuming. Because most of the things that are assumed, they're not true. But when you ask, then I get to tell you the truth.
All right, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful words from Anisha Namagembe, who is a presenter on Radio Boston.
Radio Uganda,
Boston. I feel maybe I should be promoting Radio 1 also. Anyway, so she's a presenter on Radio Uganda Boston, and she's also social worker. She does so much work community work for the Ghana community. She's everywhere. If you guys, as I mentioned earlier, if you see her, don't pass her by. Say hello. She's more than happy to share what she knows. Just help you in any way that you love to, any way that you need any help. So she's that kind of person, and we're loving on her because she's been giving to the Ghana community so much. I've seen her since I got here, and I've been here 10 years in the United States. But she's everywhere. Every function I go to, she's on the committee. She's on the MC. She knows everybody. She's one of the people who holds the African the splash every year summertime.
Yeah.
And
Radio
these guys
Uganda Boston Summer
Radio
Splash,
Uganda.
yes.
Yeah. It's one of those things that if you don't love on the people who are taking out their time, sacrificing their time, sacrificing the money that they would be making to help the community, to help everyone out there. I don't know, we need to do this more often. We need to celebrate you and love on you and just say thank you over and over again for the work that you do, for the time that you give in. I know we're running out of time, but I just wanted to say, if you have a few words you want to say, any businesses you want to promote, anything that you wanted to give back, this is the time, then we can sign off.
First of all, I want to thank you very, very much, Alex. You're doing a very beautiful job.
You're
outdone yourself. I'm so proud of you, the things you're doing, Black Beauty. Events, thank you very much, and what you're doing here on TV. You set the bar high for all of us, the Ugandan girls, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I would like to shout out to all the graduates, class 2019. Congratulations to all of you. I have so many friends, I can't mention them right now because if I miss out one person, I'll be dead.
There's a problem.
That'll be a problem. And I would like to tell you guys, please tune into Radio Uganda Boston. You can go, we do have an app, please download our app, Radio Uganda Boston app. We do have several phone numbers. Unfortunately, I don't have them right here that you can call and just listen in. But just go to our website. And we have actually a magazine that's coming out.
That's true. That's very nice.
Yes. And people who have businesses, you can buy pages out of it. We have a very good package. You can call me and I can direct you to our marketing department. They have better information. I'll mess it up. And so we have the annual summer splash that we do. Radio Uganda Boston does. It's going to be on July 6th. So people, please come out. It's going to be free at the Waltham Common. And if you do have a business, you want to showcase anything, you need a table, you need to be on our banner, just let us know. You can call anybody from Radio Uganda Boston. You can call, reach out to me. And we do have a dinner. The tickets are only $60. People, please come support us. We've been in business for 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
There is no reason as to why you should not come support us. The date is July 13th. And last, I would, I'm sending best regards to all my colleagues at Radio Uganda Boston. Aisha, thank you very much. And I would like to thank every Ugandan who's doing a business, every Ugandan who's doing something to be better. They say, when you tell somebody you're an immigrant, they undermine you. They look at you like, okay, this person is going to beg. But I love the Ugandans who are doing something for themselves. And let's keep supporting each other. Let's not undermine each other's businesses like, I'm not Uganda now, because people are really, really doing so many good things. And the other thing is also the vendors, also the people who have businesses. Let's not undermine our own people, because people have businesses. No, please. Let's all serve everyone with dignity, everyone with respect.
All right. Yes. Thank you very much for those nice, kind words. Thank you so much for just coming on the show and just talking to everybody out there so that they can see what you do, hear what your story. And we love the fact that you're doing all these amazing things and giving back. So we want to say thank you again from Campfire TV to you, to everyone who works with you on Radio Uganda. Thank you for keeping the fire burning for the community.
Definitely.
And we hope we can, always match together in everything that you do. For everyone tuning in, thank you so much for watching Diaspora on the Rise. As I mentioned, this show is geared towards celebrating anyone in the community, any immigrant who came from wherever you came from, coming to America, trying to make yourself better. You're trying to build yourself a better life, and you're helping other community along the way. We want to recognize you. We want to love on you. We want to celebrate you, and we want to showcase your story. So if you know any people out there who are doing their most to make someone else's life better, please, please, please go online, go to our page Life MTV Live, where all our videos air, or go to my page Campfire TV with Campfire Talk Show with Alex, or Diaspora on the Rise. All those pages are on Facebook and the Instagram, so you can always leave us a message and let me know if there's somebody you want us to highlight, if there's a story that you want us to share, if there's some problem that you want us to talk about, or bring in people. We know so many people who know so many things, and if you need help in any kind of way, please reach to us on Campfire TV. Just write us a message, send us any kind of information or call us. My number is always shared on the show and on every show that comes on. My number is always there, 857-251-7449. So don't worry about it. I'll read your message. I'll put in a lot of attention to it and get that information out there for you. But for now, I want to say thank you so much for always tuning in and sharing. Do not turn the dial. We have Uganda at Crossroads, which is coming out next, and I know so many people are excited about it. We do have Member of Parliament Francis Zake coming over here in the next few seconds, the next few minutes, and he's going to talk to people who are here, his constituents, people who will love him, and want to hear about hear what he has to say. So don't go anywhere. Call somebody to come and watch with you. Share the video, share the link, and we'll see you again next weekend. I've been your girl, Alex. Have a lovely day. Bye.
Yay.
Lwaki uningiriza life eno yange, future life is so hard. If it wasn't for this, I would take up